This is sick, man. Oh yeah, it's a brilliant drop. Another awesome level. Look at this pool. Oh shit, wow. Mount Barney like you've never seen. Look at this wall. I seriously doubt anyone's been here for a long time. This is amazing. Wow. The hidden caves of Mt Ernest, people. How's it going, people? Today we're going to check out waterfalls on the Logan River. So Mt Barney National Park, the headwaters, the river starts around the side of Mt Ernest, and yeah, basically has some good topographic lines. So we're going to suss them out. So you cut off the Mt Lindesay HWY into a little spot park where it has like a rock stockpile, they call it, for the road. And behind there is a not very obvious fire trail gate that is for national park. So far it's well maintained. It will cross the creek. Now this is actually Mt Ernest Fireline, so it actually is on Q-Topo. And I actually remembered seeing this when I looked at the map yesterday, but then I spaced on it and didn't really realise that I might actually use it to get in. So there you have it. Happy days. So it is winter. It's about 15 degrees, it's sunny with a bit of partial cloud, apparently supposed to rain in the next coming days. We had a little bit of rain last week as well. This is pretty much a natural spring, I believe. So the Logan River's always got water, it's always flowing. So I don't think we'll have too much problems. My only real issue is if it's too gorgy, it might be, you know, not possible to get around some section. Yeah, and then you have to swim through, and it's going to be too cold to swim through at the moment in winter. So we'll see what we can do today. There is a tributary, and I think the gorge is on another tributary, and then you have the main river section. We're going to try and do the main river, which obviously have the most flow, and we'll play everything else by ear. I don't think we'll get all three sections done that I want to look at, but we'll see how we go. It is 9:30, so not that late, but not that early either. Left home at 6:30, so it's a bit of a drive to get in. It's nice, I haven't been in here before, so obviously, yeah, I've had this on the radar for a while. I've been super curious, even since last summer, just never got around to it. And yeah, maybe, hopefully, something amazing. There are some little cascades in the Logan River that's kind of up behind Yellow Pinch. You can walk around that, pretty easy to creekhop. But this will be bigger and better, I think, so happy days. Shout out in the comments if you have been in here. Someone obviously has, because, well, they've marked on Google even, started the Brisbane River. So you've got a little track to the right. I don't know if we're going down, it might make sense that we would go down. But let's see what this straight track is on the map here. I don't know if it's windy, but it sounds like there's a waterfall just in here on this little trip. No, it's got to be the wind, that's weird. There is water. Maybe this just ends here. It does. Doesn't go anywhere. Ends at the end of the creek. That's very strange. The water goes underneath there. So that's a tributary of the Logan River. Alright, continue. Alright, so I can hear this tributary down on the right. Flowing pretty damn well, so definitely have some water. We'll just curve around and see when we cross it what the deal is. Everyone's like, oh, you know, look at Q-Topo for its fire trails. We have way more options to get into places, but sometimes they're so overgrown that I just don't even trust them half the time. So when I see them, I'm like, well, some of them are well maintained, and other times they're not. So I guess it depends on what they feel is high priority. This actually is, yeah, well worth it, well done. Cabbage tree palm, I see a lot of them, not in this area. We're almost getting around here. It's looking really nice. Palm trees beginning. This is cool. There's a real faint track in there, and it's steep. And it looks like there's a massive rock boulder, a real deep pool already. This might really be a summer job if it was going to be like that. That's pretty hectic. We'll keep going because this track's supposed to cross. That's only the tributary still, and it looks wild. And it's not even summer. So if that's what a taste of things to come, summertime, main river, high flow. Whoosh. All right. So if you haven't done Cronin Creek Falls in the area, start with that one. Then you can search for Paddy's Falls, and you've done those two. Then maybe come and attempt what I'm doing over here today. It's a bit steep to get in still, but I don't know if there was really a big waterfall there. It could have just been a big boulder with a bit of a spot. No, apparently that is the actual Logan River. It wasn't just a tributary. So it's going to be a junction very, very close here. We might actually be too high still. I'm supposed to be getting down. But the creek will bend off a bit to the right. Almost. I think it almost goes through that gap back through there. And then the tributary with the gorge is straight on with this fire trail. Who knows, let's just follow this and see how the access is to get down. See if we can spy the junction of the creeks. It's a bit of an opening here. That could be doable. That might be a good way. Actually, that's probably the best option. We'll go a bit more. With this fire trail, when it does cross the tributary, upstream of the tributary, it gets pretty damn steep pretty fast. So there's definitely waterfall potentials there. Don't know. Go a little bit further till we get bang on, see where this junction is, and maybe there's another track down again anyway. The end, and we've still got a ways to go, hundreds of metres. Sure to get better. Looks like maybe one tree. I'm getting a lot of rocks that are rolling underneath me, so be mindful of that. Little bits of sandstone, which is interesting. It's funny, everyone goes to lower portals and upper portals because they're the ones with kind of a known track, but this fire trail is a track. It gave you an entry. Maybe because this is just a bit harder going to get to the fall section, but yeah, no one talks about Logan River. Everyone talks about Mt Barney Creek and Mt Barney Falls. So yeah, we'll see what we get today. Beautiful. Well, I'm breaking little bits here and there, so it doesn't look like anyone's has come here for a while, put it that way. Yeah. Can't see anything yet, but hopefully after this corner starts bending around, we're gonna get some views of at least our cliff line a bit. All right, it's definitely not massive, but it's our first little decent little pool. You know, it's super shady here. I don't know how it would be in summer to swim, maybe, but yeah, it's going to start getting better from this point. So there's a tree down there, I think we'll get around that pretty easily. Well, it turns out it's only about a cave creek that we're going to hop to get right up, and we're already halfway. Now, obviously the last half's going to get harder because it's going to get steeper quicker, but yeah, it's actually moved through that pretty well. I was a bit worried how hectic it was going to be in terms of just, yeah, deep pools and stuff. So we might have time to definitely try and suss out the other one or two tribs, so see how we go. The other one is the left, so we'll go back to that fire trail, follow the fire trail around, then jump back on the creek again, see what's above, where it crosses. And the other one, tributary, actually comes out of his paddock, so it's technically more of a private property mission to get to back into the national park side, because it's too hard to really, well, you could follow the creek maybe all the way, I don't know. We'll have a look at that after anyway. Life's pretty straight without cheesels. Oh wait, what? You thought I was going to talk about the twisties? Well, I want to talk about the twisties. Nah. snack spot. It's pretty annoying. It's blue sky right now. I can't see one cloud. When I drove in, there was clouds, but weather forecast was partial cloud. So I was like, oh, I want to climb Mount Barney, but I won't do it. I'll do the creek instead because I want the nice blue sky. And then I do this and I get blue sky anyway. Like what? Maybe there's cloud over there I can't see. Maybe there's cloud higher around where Barney is. But either way, we're here now. That's pretty cool. It's already getting dry up there. That's crazy. So I thought about you could maybe go overland, but then you still got to cross the other tributary and then you got that real dip, wet. I think it's just going to be hard. I think it's better to stick at least, yeah. If the other tributary wasn't there, you could just spur out to the road and it was like that, right? Yeah, for sure we'd go that way, but it's like, yeah, a little bit flattish. It's supposed to climb up pretty steeply in one go, so we'll see. You can almost climb up the guts of it. We might just give it a go. If we go that way and shoot in, you can't really go up the crack because you'll slide in. We'll give that a go if that's manageable. Otherwise, we're going to go up here and just kind of push along. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's just slightly a bit dodgy. I'm not going to risk it. I can just go a much better way. If you took your shoes off, maybe barefoot, I could get up the side of that, but I wasn't going to bother with that. Yeah, just going to go up in there. Interesting. Anyway, this is the next section of the slide, and it looks like it's going to be flat for a bit, and then we have another corner. Just going to climb the last bit. Let's try and slide down this bloody thing. I'm loving the random sandstone on the side. That's cool. Alright, the next section should be bigger and better, so we'll see. It's pretty cool. Alright, going to the next section. There's a little bit of faint track coming out of there, but I don't know where it would be going. There's nothing over that way. Jumped over the giant tree next to the slab. Let's see where the corner is. Friggin' trees down in this section. Hopefully, yeah, it's not going to continue. You can see her in that corner. It's not really lush and pretty all of a sudden. It's not super big drop, but it's nice little green mossy rocks and pool's okay. Check that out, that palm tree is wicked on its side with that pool. It just makes the shot, eh? It's something so unique. Loving it. It's called let's call it Bend Palm Pool. There we go. Named it, come and find it. Alright. Definitely not the first person to come here. There's some lovely flagging tape here. And there's three there, and they're guiding you up the side of the hill there, probably to get around this steep waterfall section. So they might even abseil it. Maybe they hike up here. The ribbons are feeding you up, so maybe they go up and abseil down it. Don't know. Or we creek hop up, see how it is, and maybe they come back down as a loop. I've no idea. But anyway, that's pretty cool. The fact that it was marked on Google as a walk, I knew someone had to have done it to want to pin it. But yeah, it's definitely not talked about. I'm not seeing photos. So that's cool. So let's keep going on the creek here. It actually could just take you up to the ridgeline of Mt Ernest, to be honest. There might not even be anything to do with the waterfall. I don't know. I've not seen anyone go that way, but if you keep going up high enough, you're going to get up on Ernest. Maybe it's an easier way, an easy exit or something, or someone trying to find their own shortcut in. I don't know. If you know, comment, eh? Alright, it's pretty cool. Flows is sensational, but we are nowhere near the headwater, so it's definitely going to be flowing. We know that. There's no doubt about it. Boulder Cascade, we're getting close to this wall. It's wild. We'll get up and get a nice close look for you. Wow, Mount Barney like you've never seen. Look at this wall. That is sick. Well, that wall was definitely the go. When there's a wall, there's a way. We'll check it out. We've got an open section now where the sun almost hits. Two awesome friggin' waterfall drops. Look at that. Boom and boom, and we're still not done. So it's going to be at least another big one. This cliff wall is going to push around to the other side. Going to have to join at some point. That is crazy. That rock wall, the colour and the palms kind of reminds me of like Tambourine and stuff. Springbrook, very similar to that. This is grouse. Well, if this is the main section, I guess it's just less appealing. It's not like the lower portals where it has big pools and it's flatter on the side to walk and probably less tree debris. And, you know, I don't know. It's just, yeah, plus there's not really parking on the main road. There is, but it's like they don't really want lots of people trying to come this way. So, yeah, I guess it's just is what it is. Like, unless you got big swimming spots and you know, better looking falls, they're just like, meh, let's hide it. So I reckon those guys got on top because they wanted to just explore that. I don't know. Who knows where they went. So I feel like it might be hard to get back in again. This, I don't know, when that curves this corner, we'll see what's up there. The clouds are just booting along. All right, lunch is over, let's go. Weirdly, that wall was dripping a bit, eh? It was quite wet along there. I'll tell you what, these the formations and the creek, this is definitely not what I expected for this section of the waterfalls, for sure. I thought it was going to look like granite, like the other side, and it just does not. Don't get me wrong, but I actually prefer it. I think big slabs of granite get a bit boring after a while. That next drop looks sick. Luckily I can climb up the side here, otherwise it was nearly going to be a no-go unless you've got to go barefoot through the hectic middle of it. Or you'd have to go up, so I'm really lucky, otherwise far up that way was going to be a bit of a hectic mission, so nature just gave us away here. Let's see what's above. Alright, we're on top of that. It looks pretty fucking, it looks gnarly if you want to try and go down the side of that, but we obviously got up it, so that's good to know. I see a little bit of cascade, and I can't see what's around this next bit. This is sick, man. Oh yeah, it's a brilliant drop. It's not huge, but it's friggin' amazing aesthetically, and the flow, and that fern right next to it. This wall just curving around, that's wild. Woohoo! Alright, so I'm up here, squeeze through this bit of a gap I had to make through the branches. Another awesome level. Look at this pool. That's sick. Wow, that's nice. It's very hard to get up through here, so I have to go back a little bit. I can almost scale that just there, but we'll go back a little bit and we'll zigzag. We'll get up, pop out again, see if we've got any more. Alright, so I'm clinging to the side of this. I don't know if I like it as a return route, so I can kind of clamper up. There's enough shit to just kind of climb onto. It's super muddy, super loose. The trees falling out of the freaking ground that I'm trying to hold. And if I get up, it's fine, but I really think there's probably no more levels anyway. I think that is the last bit of the lines. So it might hold me for nothing, and then I've got to get down it, and I'm worried about trying to come back down. I'm just going to slide it, and reversing this is different than going up it. So I think we don't push the boundary. Let's just go look at the other trip. I think we're pretty happy. I think we've got everything we need to get. So anyway, yeah, let's not worry about it. Maybe with a rope, but it's just like, it's just pushing death. As I go any lower there, I can't get up. It just gets worse. This is your best little spot, and it sucks. Anyway, let's go out. Let's not die today, people. Well, I don't call it Logan's Creek or Logan's River Gorge for nothing. Like I said, for some reason I think the gorge is marked on the other trip, but then again, could be wrong. This could be the gorge. Maybe there's gorges on both. I don't know. Look, if you're really keen, you can maybe push up here. There's still a bit of the wall there. You have to go far left, and it's still quite high. And I don't even know really if it's actually. I think that wall goes right up. I think it can't. You might be stuck in there. That was really the only way, and I just didn't want to. If it wasn't slippery and muddy, maybe, but yeah. Anyway, it's hard enough trying to get back down to what we've already come up. This rock is already dodgy, come up the side of the waterfall, so I'll just come over to the top of this cave bit again, and it curves all the way around. I can hear it dropping right in. We have to go explore it. I can't really see the easy way off here unless we're going to go up further and try to cut down there. It's a bit of a shit fight. That's wild, eh? Maybe it's worth just keep pushing down the side of the waterfall, then we'll come back in. I have to have a look, eh? I wonder if anyone's ever seen that. It's crazy. Okay, so I've pushed right back down to nearly the start. We're going to cut back in and try and find this cave, see if it's worth it. It's going to be a lot of pushing, but at least we're down. Well, we're mending our way back along. There's already little holes. This cave, this little first one, this is not where we are, but it goes deep in. Like, it's only tiny, but I need a torch to show you. That goes right in. Same with the back there. It's crazy. All right, keep going. Try and find the bigger ones. Look like there's one on the right as well, over there. And the one on the right's only a little rock overhang. We'll keep going to where the main wall is, just up here. We're gonna lose a little bit of time in here, but I think it's worth it. Right, so here's the wall. Follow it down. So far it's just a bit of an overhang. Not really a cave, but I think it might get better. Jeez, man, this is a crazy little random vortex. Just wild. Trying to figure out, it's right over there, the cave. I can see the hole. You've got to get over these boulders here to get into here. This is like just valley after valley of crap in here. Yeah, I can squeeze through there. Okay, we're hanging on the left here now. Almost a cave. So hidden, eh? That is wild. I don't know how we didn't find that way through. Lots of gimpy. It's just been a bastard to cut around. This looks crazy. I don't know how deep it is, but it's definitely a rock overhanging. Yeah, it's wide. Look at that. I don't know if you can barely see it very well on the camera, but it's pretty cool. It's a big rock shelf. I got stung by gimpy on my ankle, it friggin' hurts. Let's creep into this. This is the biggest bit, right in the corner. That's wild. I seriously doubt anyone's been in for a long time. This is amazing. Wow. The hidden caves of Mt Ernest, people, you're welcome. Holy shit. She's big. Woohoo! Wow. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's try and get back for a perspective. So the front of the cave is dripping. So they're pretty wet out there, but in here, little faint little animal tracks. The fuck's that? Bits of the roof or whatever falling away. A little corner for an animal to sleep. No one's home now, thank God. Wow. This is wild, eh? Definitely is what I live for, finding the most random, interesting stuff. Yep, I thought it was like a long ass wall, but it pretty much is. We'll try to follow the wall and see if we can push out that way rather than trying to climb up that. Let's go right in this corner. I'm glad this roof's not falling away while we're in here because of a bit of a problem. Wow, just look at it. It does not look anywhere as good on camera, people, and it does being here, I'm telling you. Wow. Surely someone's been curious and come down here and figured it out like I did, but who knows? That's next level. All right, let's keep going. Question is, should it be called Logan River Caves, being close to the Logan River there? Or should it be called the long lost caves of Ernest, because Ernest is pretty much there, but just there's little valleys in between it, but it's technically all part of that rock. It all comes from the mountain. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe for me. And yeah, catch the next one, eh? Peace out.